Hey y'all. All right, we're gonna work on pain management, right? We all have chronic pain, everyday pain in our lives, knee pain, back pain, joint pain, muscle pain, too much pain. So I want to help you work on alleviating that pain. Go see your chiropractor, go see your massage therapist, go see your physical therapist, not ruling out any of them. They're all a huge part of our pain management. This is a way to work on it at home for yourself in the comfort of your own space in the moment that the pain is there. You don't have to make an appointment. You can log on here anytime and we can work through some of those issues. So I'm going to do some knee pain and lower back pain issues right now. So we're going to work through. So grab a foam roll. You will need some tools for our pain management section. Foam rollers are easy to find online, any sporting goods store, simple. You can get a foam roll stick. However, you can also use a rolling pin. I'm not promoting anything. I just want you guys to feel better. I don't think we'll use any of the balls today, but you can grab some tennis balls if you have them, maybe a golf ball, and just have yourself a little pain management section so that you can go grab any of your foam rolling devices anytime you need. Sometimes I wake up, spend 1 minute rolling out just to get out that stiffness, and then keep going about my day. But knee pain, so let's get right to it. We're going to take this foam roll today, we're going to take it off to the side, we're going to bring it right underneath the hip area, and we're simply going to start to roll down. So we're going to walk away, sliding the elbows down, right? We're supporting ourselves up towards the bottom of the knee. We're taking our time. We're breathing through it. We're allowing the muscle to try and relax over the foam roller, right? Finding those areas of tension, kind of lingering in that spot. If you need a little more, pointing and flexing the foot. Sometimes this is way too much, right? So I have softer foam rollers, I have harder, firmer foam rollers. I have the stick, which is another variation that I'll show in a second, and you can even take this up against the wall and move it up against the wall. It's all a matter of physics, right? So the more weight we put into that foam roller, the more we're digging into that fascia, digging into the muscle, right? So if it's too much, then we just back off a little bit. You have the control over your body to alleviate, to take as much as you can. If we hit kind of that maximum pain tolerance level, we really only need to hold it for about 30 seconds. If we've backed off a little bit and we're kind of finding a more moderate pain level, we can hold it for about 90 seconds. Now remember, pain versus pain, right? It's a good out, it's a release. It's not a sharp shooting pain or an aching, burning pain. It's a release through that muscle, so it's a good out. It feels kind of like a massage. So keep that in mind. Keep yourself safe as we move through. So as I said, we can do that this way. We can do that here with the handheld stick. We just take it out to the side and we slowly start to put some pressure on the outside of that IT band, releasing. There's some controversy as to whether or not to roll this area. I still personally feel that it alleviates a lot of tension through those knees. Down here on the outside, our runners always seem to have issues with this. We have a lot of just tension in this area, sitting at your desk all day, if that's what you do. And you can roll back and forth. You can find that spot, kind of linger in a little bit. All right, so either way, you're going to see some results here. A little tip here is that we can reduce the visibility, the way that cellulite kind of looks. It starts to kind of pop through the muscle fibers. And so by getting rid of that fat, it's not going anywhere, but the visual appearance of it is reduced by foam rolling. So if nothing else, maybe that's a motivator, right? The only major risk is making sure that we keep it in the muscles. And you may notice these lovely little bruises here. That's from rolling out some really tight stuff that I had in the arms, and I do bruise easily, so you may not see any bruises at all. The last variation of this, like I said, would be to take the foam roller up against the wall, take it right here, push it right into the IT band, and then push yourself towards the wall, right? And then you slide it down a little further, and push, and slide, and push, right? At your own time, at your own pace, lingering anywhere that feels right. One little stretch that we'll do for that area, so roll that whole side out, then plant the right foot, slide the left leg over, send the hips out to the side, and do a little fold. So now we've rolled through there, and we're stretching through there. Yeah, so we break up some of that fascia, we break up some of that scar tissue, and then we just hold a nice, good stretch. And we're going to go ahead and roll over to the other side, because even if you don't feel like you have any pain on that side, it's a good idea to check in on both sides of the body. Pain and issues that we have on one side can actually be caused completely from the other side. It never ceases to amaze me when I go into a massage and I'm like, well, this hurts, and it's all on my right side, that my pain usually resonates. All of a sudden they start to look around and they find so much tension built up in my left side. And by releasing the left side, a lot of times I get a pain release in my right side. So keep that in mind as you're working through your foam rolling. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. You maybe see people at the gym just rolling around like crazy. Slow it down. Release the muscle over the roller and let it do its job. Beautiful. We're going to roll into the quads. So we're simply going to turn forward, take that foam roller underneath the hips, and start to walk it back down towards the knees. Again, kind of searching for those areas of tension and lingering there. Pull the belly in strong, right? We are kind of in a plank here, so don't let it drop through and put that strain on the low back. Get a nice flat back. Pull up strong. Maybe point and flex, maybe bend the knees. Work over any spots that we see. Breathe. Making my way down, making my way back up. Getting back underneath the hips again. Turn the heels in this time, toes out, and slowly check it that way. You may find a few more areas right there on the inside of that quad. Remember that quad's kind of four muscles in one in a way. So you want to find every side of that. We're not all the way into the adductors, we haven't rolled all the way inside. Coming all the way back, turn the toes in, heels out this time. Again, just checking in, seeing what you find. Breathe. And the last thing that I want you to check is we have muscles that kind of run over and inside. So just by going up and down, we're not going to grab all of it. So we want to kind of grab all the way across. So we kind of start on the outside. And we kind of start to roll in as we spiral through. Rolling towards the inside. Don't fear those pops as long as there's no pain. Right, that was actually my shoulder that popped. But as we work through and release the tension, a lot of times we release that joint. So we got muscle, tendon, and bone. that muscle starts to shorten and tighten up. We have all those adhesions through that muscle, those knots, scar tissue, lactic acid, fascia, everything all kind of builds up. As we release those, we release and we lengthen the muscle back out. When we lengthen that muscle back out, it releases that stress on that tendon. The tendon does not want to let go. It shouldn't. It should stay, right? It's built and designed to stay. So when it releases the tendon, that joint has a tendency to flex, pop itself back into place, okay? So we've talked about the IT band. We talked about a little bit of the quad. So feel free to, again, work on stretch on that quad. So let's come all the way up. We can balance, or maybe we can grab some assistance with the wall. Reach around, find that right foot. If we need to, if that's too much, find your strap. If you have an actual yoga strap, you can take it, you can feed it through itself, and you can create a little loop at the bottom. And once you create that loop, then you can just grab hold of the foot and give it a pull, right? That way, you just make your arms a little longer. And actually, even if you can reach the toes, you change this dynamic of the stretch with the strap, no matter. Squeeze the glutes so that we release the hip flexor and the quad a little deeper. And let it go. Reach around. And find the other side. Squeeze the glutes. Yeah. I'm going to talk about the glutes. One of the biggest muscles in our body, one of the areas that cause a lot of problems. Hip flexors, glutes, right, is where we're going to start to feel all that strain in the low back. So we want to get rid of that. So you can come, have a seat on top of your foam roller. So find a little balance. Make sure you check in. Maybe use the hands if you need to. Find your space up here. Get comfortable up here. Make sure we're not going to roll off and hurt ourselves, right? When you're ready, you can kind of start to dig into one side. So you want to roll over. Let's start maybe with the right side. And kind of dig in there. Again, searching for those spots. Right. If you need to take it a little bit deeper, take that right ankle over the left thigh. If you're thinking, lady, you're crazy, there's no way I can go any further, stay where you're at. There we go. And we'll switch sides, roll side. I just kind of like to check in the more modified version first, even if I know I can do something deeper, because you never really know what's going to be in there. Each day is a little different. So maybe you did your butts and guts workout this week, and you notice you got a lot more tension in the glutes and the quads than normal. Take your time, roll it out. Another great way to alleviate tension, Epsom salt baths. Wonderful, that magnesium helps pull out that soreness. If you're starting here, brand new with us, you may be feeling some things you haven't felt before. Beautiful, and a good stretch here for this. We're going to slide off of our roll. We're going to take it, we're going to roll it all the way down. We're going to cross that left ankle over the right thigh, check in, flex the left foot. Kind of check in with the space on the left hip, the left knee, making sure we're feeling okay. If we need to modify here, we take this strap around the back of the thigh and we just slightly pull in. If we need more, we can take the hands interlace. So that left hand went through the triangle, interlace behind the right thigh, and pulls in, finding the space behind the left hip. Left glute. Feel free to take it a little further. But we want to make sure that our head is resting. So maybe If you need to, put a pillow or block underneath the head. You find that you're here, kind of open up, it's too much, right? Support the head and be able to breathe. You can take it over to one side slightly, or the other side. Good, slowly release it. Shake it out. A little pop in that knee. Feels good. Inhale the right leg, exhale, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Take a second, flex the right foot, check in with the right hip. And when you're ready, find your figure four with a strap, interlace behind the left thigh, or interlace on top of the left shin. Again, maybe rock side to side. Kind of holding, deepening that stretch. And slowly let it go. Let's talk about the hamstrings. You can find some space through the hamstrings on your bone roller, but you gotta kind of come up on one side, and it's sometimes just a little bit awkward, and you still don't feel like you can kind of get it. If it works for you this way, great. You can slide this guy up underneath and kind of work through there. But I find what works best is just, this is a dog toy, but baseball, usually something a little bit bigger. The tennis balls aren't quite big enough, and something that's firm, right? So you can take the ball, you can slide it right underneath the hamstring, and then you can kind of lift and roll through there. The hamstrings are pretty tight. A lot of times when I remind you guys to breathe, it's because I'm reminding myself to breathe. I'm right there with you, working through my own personal things. It's a little strange back there with the tendons and such on the hamstring. Just gotta work through, make sure it feels slightly uncomfortable, but safe, right? No major pains. No tingling, no shooting electrical things. Listen to the body. Good. So sit up nice and tall, straighten out those legs. Again, maybe grab the strap, reach it around, hold the toes back to the body. Maybe fold into it. Beautiful. Just like to point out my St. Patty's manicure here. My Irish heritage is showing through. But anyways, thank you guys again so much. Just kind of recap. We worked IT, quads, hamstrings, and glutes today. Hopefully alleviating some pain in the knees, some pain in the low back, and hopefully feeling just a little better, finding a little more space. If you would like, switch over to that yoga section, go through our nice beginner yoga flow that we have going on, and see how that makes you feel. If you need a good workout right now, we've got butts and guts, so that's a little body shred. Coming at you with all I got, guys. Hopefully you find something that fits you and that makes you feel good inside and out. If you have any questions, at FitByCourt, Instagram, Facebook, and I will see you guys soon.